Have you ever felt like one chapter of your life ended, but the new one hasn't fully started yet? You can sense that the transformation is taking place, but it's still very foggy and unclear. You've made big decisions that feel different from the old you, and yet you don't quite know what's coming next. You have some ideas, inspirations maybe, a vision, but it still not has materialized in the physical world. And this space between what was and what is still becoming, this place is called the void. The void opens when you break patterns, when you end cycles, when you let go of attachment, but before the new life has taken form. And it can feel very uncomfortable because your mind craves certainty, your body craves familiarity, your identity craves something to hold on to. But in the void, there is no script, no proof, no guarantees, just you and the unknown. And that's why it can feel very disorienting, because your old self is not in control anymore. And this is exactly where I am right now. So over the past 6 months, I've made big shifts in my life. I've taken very different decisions that I would have made a year ago. I've closed 3 big chapters of my life at once. I left a long-term relationship, a house, a career I was in for the past 10 years. And I let go of people, belief, habits that were no longer serving me, and personal belongings. And what I have right now, I think, can be put in 2 luggages. And everything inside of me is redefining what home and safety means. And I've learned, and I continue to learn so much during this phase. And one of the major lessons that I went through is listening to the wisdom of my body. And I thought that after making, all these changes, being brave, the path ahead of me was going to be revealed with all the steps like this. And I can see sometimes how my mind wants to rush into creating a new reality, implement things, and just do as the old me used to be. But this time, my body is saying, no, we are not doing anything. It's not the time yet. We're staying here. Because the body always integrates in spiral time. It's not linear, right? And your body holds the memory of your experiences. And realizing that, not just intellectually, but somatically, takes time. It requires safety, softness, repetition, stillness, and love. So what people tend to do when they are in the void is going back to familiarity, to follow the mind, the known, and sometimes go back to the old patterns because they can't hold the unknown. So they are going to go to a relationship that feels familiar, a job that feels secure, an environment that reminds them what they know. And living in the void is basically not having a 3 or 6 month plan and trusting day by day your body and integrating at the same time all the changes that you've decided to make and the patterns, belief that you've changed. So it's about presence and living your life from your soul and your body and not from your mind. So the void is an opportunity to unwiring years of mind-based control and stepping into a deeper intelligence, which is your inner guidance. So if you are in a period of transformation like me, on a verge of entering the void, or maybe you're in it already, I want to share with you my experience of it and some practices I did and some others that I do every day that help me honor and accept this sacred place where I am today, that is inviting me to rebirth and connect energetically to the person that I am becoming. So what happens in the void? Well, nothingness happens. A friend recently told me that in order to have everything that you desire, to become who you want to be, or at least who your soul wants you to become, you must first become nothing. And I've been feeling the truth of that in my body, because when you release who you think you should be, what you think you should do, you finally open space for what your soul truly wants to express. And in Taoist wisdom, this is called Wu Wei. It means non-doing or effortless actions, which are actions that rises from stillness, not from force. So what I've noticed in the void is that my nervous system really slowed down. My body feels like it's hibernating. My mind wants to fix and find answers, but it's no longer in control because my body is not following anymore. And I'm learning to let the body lead and breathe through the tensions without needing to understand everything. Because transformation doesn't come from acting or thinking, it comes from being. And something else I've noticed is that in this void, the signs and synchronicities that I used to see before stop. Before, the universe felt super loud. It felt like I was being guided all the time. I was seeing signs and I knew the next step. I knew exactly what to do, when to do it. And it was all guiding me to release everything that needed to be released in my life, right? And so now it's very quiet. I do connect with my guides every day, with my higher self. Sometimes I pull cards and it's always the same thing: patience, trust, stillness. And somehow you come to realize that you're being trained to rely on and trust yourself without needing this external validation or clinging to something or someone to feel safe within. So the void teaches you to stop chasing and start aligning. And something else I've also noticed is that you can't fake anymore. You can't fake connections. You can't fake conversation. There is this deep letting go happening. And it's like a shedding of everything that's not real, not aligned, not true. And even though it's uncomfortable, it's also very empowering, because the more you sit in this space, the more your system starts craving truth. Truth in how you speak, truth in how you show up, truth in how you relate to others and to yourself. So it's like your body becomes a compass when something is not aligned, like a relationship, a conversation, people, like you feel it. Your body contracts, your energy pulls back. It's like your whole being is saying, no more pretending. And there is this feeling of like, I don't really care anymore. I let go of pretty much everything. So I don't really want to put filters anymore when I speak. I want to speak authentically from my heart and not holding back. And so honesty becomes comfort. And you stop people pleasing just to keep the peace. You stop saying yes when your body is screaming no. So this is the gift of the void. And the void is also a place where we observe what makes us come alive, and at the same time we're still integrating and shedding whole skin. So what has helped me is to honor the grief that I was feeling. Because let's be clear, ending cycles, whether it's in your career, in your relationship, or any other areas of your life, can feel very sad. And if we don't take the time to honor this space, we're suppressing part of our story that will come back at one point in our life to be healed. And my point here is that you don't have to live in grief, but honoring it like any other emotions. And there are many ways to honor grief. And for me, it has been through writing, like journaling. I take some time every day to journal about my feelings. I've also wrote letters to my past self, to my inner child. I wrote a letter to the emotion of grief, and I let grief reply to me to understand better the lessons that I was going through. I've let also my body express and move the emotion through dancing. I put on some dramatic music and I dance with myself, and I let myself cry when I need. And that has really helped me move the emotions through me. I've also created rituals with altars, including flowers, calendula, sage, and object pictures that represent past relationship that I had, but also the part of myself that I'm letting go of. And I've been also doing shower rituals and taking soul bath infused with flowers, and this is allowing me to to cleanse both my body and my energy field. So the grief is here to show you that you loved, that you lived, that you've experienced life. And when we welcome it with open arms and honor it, there's this space that we are creating to welcome deeper layers of joy and happiness. So if you're going through a period of shedding whole skins right now, ask yourself, how can you honor the version of yourself that is dissolving? How can you celebrate her or him? What would you love to say to this past version of yourself? How can you offer a sacred goodbye to the habits, rules, or relationship that no longer align? Not with resistance, but with deep reverence. What would you do today if you were to dedicate yourself to your own healing? So anchoring this transition through words, dance, images, creating altars, burying something meaningful in the earth, taking a walk with your inner child, or doing something symbolic in the physical realm can help you seal the cycle and offer closure with grace. So during this phase, a strong belief that has been coming up for me was, if I'm not doing anything, if I'm not creating, producing, serving, or helping people, then I'm wasting my time, my life. And it made me question everything, like, what's the point of being here on earth if I'm not serving others or creating something to help people? And this belief was pushing me to create from a place of guilt, not because I was inspired, but because I felt like I had to feel valuable, to feel useful, to justify my position, my place here on earth. But that is not real alignment. That's pressure. That's old programming that says I only matter if I'm giving, fixing, or doing. And what I understood is that doing nothing is not a waste. It's actually sacred. It's where clarity comes. It's where my soul can breathe. Because when I give myself permission to be, to rest, to feel, to slow down, something deeper starts to surface. Ideas that come from alignment, not obligation. Desires that come from the heart, not from fear or lack. And this is when you learn that your presence, your beingness, your frequency is already a form of service. You don't need to prove anything to be worthy. So right now, I'm letting go of that guilt and this old programming, and I'm not rushing to create just to feel the silence. I'm practicing trusting that when it's time to move, when it's time to share or build something new, it will come, and it will come from truth. Another thing that's really been supporting me in this phase is working with my body to clear old patterns and create new foundation. Creating a deeper connection with my body has been key to integrate the changes that I'm going through, as we tend to dissociate, disconnect, and stay up there when we are in period of change. Your body is what brings you back to presence when anxiety takes over, when the future feels uncertain and your mind spirals. It's your ally, and it holds the key to building inner safety, especially if you spend most of your life in your head disconnected from your inner guidance. So if your body could speak, it will tell you, shake me when you feel triggered. Caress me when you cry. Breathe with me when you're afraid. Move, dance with me when you feel stuck. Stretch me when everything feels too tight. Touch me when you feel disconnected. Your body is here to ground you, to create a foundation of safety from within, so you don't have to look for safety outside of yourself. And from that safety, clarity naturally begins to rise, and you start attracting what you want in your life because your body feels the trust within. So I've been doing a lot of body practices, a lot of clearing, and working specifically with some organs like the heart, the lungs, because they are connected to emotions like grief, sadness, and letting go. And in traditional Chinese medicine, Taoist wisdom, the lungs help us release what no longer serves us, while the heart governs joy and emotional balance. So while being in this phase, I've noticed my upper back, my middle back very tense because my body was catching up with all the grief and the decisions and the letting go and everything that I've done previously. And what happened is that my body will close itself like this to protect my heart. And by working with these organs through breath work, movement, and intention, you're supporting your body's ability to heal and integrate past experiences more fully. And the same as the spleen that is connected to worries, overthinking, and mental rumination. When it's out of balance, you tend to feel scattered and anxious. So by nourishing the spleen, you support grounding, stability, and trust in life. So I've been working a lot with my body to support this phase of my life and infuse trust. And the more I practice, the more confident and trust I feel. And I will share in my next video some rituals that I do to release tensions and low energies from the organs. Like it's a kind of detox, right? And it's inspired obviously by the Taoist the Chinese medicine and Taoist wisdom. So meanwhile, a simple somatic practice that I often do and that is called Shakti meditation is sitting in stillness, closing your eyes and scanning your body from toes to head, expressing out loud what you notice. For example, I feel bubbles in my stomach. I feel tension in my upper shoulders. Or maybe I see an image like a piece of wood in my right leg. Whatever sensation or images arise, you name them. And then you take a deep breath in, your focus goes on this specific area, and then you exhale with a sound. Whatever sound naturally wants to come out. Sound is very powerful because it moves energy. It vibrates through the body, it loosens tensions and helps release emotions that words alone cannot express. So try it. It's a very powerful exercise to do that, release tensions in the body. I also like to do some somatic journaling, and a question that I have for you that you can ask yourself is, what does my body want to express today? And let it express itself. It's a very beautiful practice to connect in a deeper way with your body. I've also been practicing Qigong every morning, which is a gentle movement practice rooted in Chinese medicine and Taoist philosophy that helps cultivate and balance life force energy. And this life force energy is known as Qi. And so I alternate between different styles depending on what I need. Some weeks I'm going to focus more on yin-based forms that feels more feminine and soft and fluid, like nourishing my body with gentleness. And other week I lean more into the yang style Qigong to awaken strength, confidence, and a sense of inner power to carry me through the day. I've been also dancing a lot every day for 1 or 2 hours. I truly reconnected with this passion that I had. I started dancing when I was 3 years old, and I stopped in my 20s, and I get back to it from time to time. But I never give it the time that I truly wanted. So this void phase is helping me transition from the mind to the body and learn to lead from the body. So another recommendation that I have is to follow the small impulses and find beauty in the ordinary. So during this time, you might not feel like creating or doing a lot, and it's more of a quiet phase where you just observe. But even if it feels like nothing big is happening, subtle things are coming into your life. And because you're more connected, your heart is more opened, you're more connected to your body in general, you will start to notice small signs like a soft smile on your face, goosebumps on your skin, or a moment of joy that surprises you. These moments may seem small, but they matter. They are gentle whispers showing you what's real and alive inside of you. And that is what you want to follow, even though it's not logical. And this is what happened to me with different things like belly dancing, for example. I heard the music during a retreat that I was doing, and I started dancing and I smiled so much, and it felt so good in my body that I decided to go back to it and start practicing every day. And then another time someone gave me a small bouquet of lavender, and again I smiled deeply, and that feeling stayed with me. So the next weekend I just decided to go to a farmer's market and started to buy herbs and teas and blue lotus flowers and calendula and roses, and now I'm really getting into tea, like tea ceremonies, tea sets, and I'm even looking for a beautiful one that I can carry with me when I travel. So that's my new little joy in life. And all these moments are small, but they've been shaping my days. And I'm just following what feels good, even if I don't know where it's leading me. So I'm curious, what are the little impulses or signs that are calling you lately? And are you letting yourself follow them? Let me know in the comment below. And something else also I wanted to share with you is that I used to use an app called Win, where I will take pictures of my achievements in the past when I was in the doing mode. And it was in my health, relationship, career, and now I use it to capture moments that I love, moments that make me smile, that make me feel alive, and I put them into this app. From time to time I like to revisit those pictures, and I know this is going to lead me to creation at some point. I trust that. So another practice that I've been doing every day is seeding the new. So the void is also a place to tune into higher frequencies and seeding the new. It's a space where you can tune into the feelings that you want to embody every day. So now that you're in this emptiness and stillness, there is beautiful opportunity to build and rebirthing. So 2 questions that you can ask yourself are, how do I want to feel in the life that I am creating? And how can I embody it every day? Maybe you want to feel trust, alive, passionate, centered, confident. You can pick 2 or 3 feelings that you would like to embody. And so what I've been doing is visualizing myself living in the feeling that I want to embody. I'm envisioning the colors that I'm wearing, what I'm seeing around me, how I'm walking, the position of my hands, and everything I'm doing. And I choose music that matches this mood and practice becoming this version of myself through it every day. And so I got a playlist for the confidence, I got the playlist for the freedom, I got a playlist for being centered. Like I've been loving working with music during this phase of my life, and I'm choosing music for every feelings that I want to embody, and I'm dancing on this different music and embodying the person that I want to become. And this helped me aligns with the frequency that I'm calling in. So personally, my 3 words, my 3 feelings is confident, alive, and centered. And for example, for confidence, I see myself wearing a red dress, riding a red dragon with my hair flowing freely. I even asked AI to create a picture of this vision and made it my phone background. I've chosen an empowering song and I dance while visualizing my future self. And of course, I know that a red dragon is not going to magically appear in my garden, right? But the point is that the point here is that I'm doing this to embody the frequency of this woman who is deeply confident in the life that she's building. So whenever you go through some challenges, you can ask yourself, what would this person do today? How would this person act? What type of action would this person take? And embody that version of you every day. I love doing this through music, seeing myself in the vision and adopting the same posture and energy. And the key is to practice being in the frequency, and from there, life begins to mirror it, guiding you toward creation. And one thing that I've realized while practicing the embodiment of my future confident self is that this person wakes up every morning and she goes for what she wants, even though it doesn't make sense, it's not clear, and she doesn't know where she's going to end up, but she knows deep down that she can't mess this up. She can't, it's impossible, because she knows that every decision she makes gets her closer to the voice of her soul. So I learned that clarity doesn't always come first, and trust can lead the way. So frequency can lead the way. So practice connecting with this future version of yourself and bring her or him in here and now in the 3D. And what I've been doing also is writing about this person, speak with this person, connecting through meditation, dance, or any type of sport of movements that reminds you of this person. And if it feels challenging to imagine your future self, you can tap into the frequency by remembering a moment in your life when you felt that way. So you can recall how you walked, how your body moved, what you were wearing, and how you carried yourself. So I hope this video was helpful for you. If you like it, please hit the subscribe button and like this video. Have a great day.